mission to go find a general direction. Took about an hour and a half to do so. Found something hill-shaped that seemed to be slightly moving in the mist ways away, so you guys have a kind of a vague sense of direction and where to go. And your team is more damaged by the snake and the vines than the series of constructs that were inside of the slanty tower defending it after you guys broke a window and stole some stuff. And so...
There's a lot of net 20.
Yep. So where do you guys want to go? And I believe the moose has grabbed the raft, but it is currently low tide on the swamp water.
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna need help moving this, or we can wait.
Yep, and it weighs 300 pounds. So factor that into like the carrying amount that you guys can accomplish. Probably need one or two of you guys to be participating on that.
If you click on your weight carried in D&D Beyond, it will show you your carrying capacity and your push drag lift capacity as well.
Oh my gosh, I forgot I got eaten by that stupid snake.
Yeah, the dead snake, and then the stomach acid came down and tried to melt you.
I'm like, why is my health down? And I'm like, oh, that's why.
Yep.
Well,
out of game, how much can you carry, Moose?
210 pounds.
So between me and him, we can do it.
yeah, I don't.
So with Eli's help, Moose can carry 150 pounds.
Yeah.
I can push, drag, or lift 120 pounds.
How? That doesn't make any sense to
That's
me.
how I
I
am.
don't
I
know.
can apparently push 210, and I know that's not right.
Oh well, I wanna see how much
With
I
a,
can.
Where's that?
-2 modifier on strength. I don't think that's right.
Yeah, so if you go into your inventory, there's a weight carried section at the very top on the left. And you click on it, you can get your carrying capacity and then also your push drag lift capacity, which is double what your carrying is.
Okay, so I can carry 165 pounds and push, drag, or lift 330 pounds.
Oh,
Mhm.
what?
You can push, drag, or lift a weight in pounds up to twice your carrying capacity or 30 times your strength score.
What? This makes no sense. Why I'm allowed to push
Yeah,
as much as Barry.
That's the rule.
I was blessed with incredible muscles, I guess.
Well, like if you guys think about it, like okay, Pinky's got a strength of 7. That means she's like the weight of, or she's about the size of like a child. Like if you put like a 100-pound vest on a kid, or like spread it throughout their body, like if they absolutely had to, that they could make that work.
I wonder if like you're carrying. Do you think the carrying capacity includes like the weight of all of your items that you have? Like, is that like weight into your encumbrance and stuff there? Then gotcha.
Yeah, absolutely. So that number is the maximum value. So that is like you are straining yourself to your max capacity to handle that much. So it's not like 105, like cool, I got this. 106, crap, I can't do this anymore. It's a gradient scale. All right, so the raft weighs 300 pounds, and you guys do have several people that could help. I mean, you could technically all help.
Could I know?
My only concern is if something's watching us. Those that are
Right. That's
Okay.
what I'm
melee
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
are going to
and
be.
you guys have. What did I say? There was I think it was 7 or 9 or something.
It was
There was
originally a low number, and then
there is
I
an
was like,
odd number
okay,
of
what are you
eyeballs.
looking at? And I got
Yeah.
nat 20, and I'm like, oh, cool.
My vote is a spellcaster should probably help. So as melee can actually defend if need be.
What are we doing with the raft? I'm sorry, I'm confused on that. What are we trying to do?
Well,
Take-
we're trying to find this hill, but we can't.
I can't use the raft
can-
because the water
we
went
can
down.
use the-
How does the raft help?
Well, it doesn't
It's
right
for
now.
when the
but
water goes up.
Yeah, when the water
Okay.
comes back, inevitably.
Yeah, but all right. So yeah, that's my point. What are we doing with it right now? What are we trying to do with it right now?
Carry it to our next location.
Yeah, sure. You want to walk it through the vines, is what you're saying?
Or we wait for the waters to come back.
Okay, that sounds more plausible. Right now, how do you have it? You have it like vertical, right? Like, I figure that's what we
Yep.
said. Okay.
Yep.
Is there any way you can lay it flat?
Yes, but I don't know how we're gonna get it through the vines flat.
Well, no, but I mean, when when the water comes back up, it'll go back above the vines, right?
Oh yes, yep.
Yeah, so.
Yep. So are we waiting?
Because even
then?
if we carry it, most of the people are going to be stuck with the walking through the vines anyway, because not everybody can fly.
Right.
So yeah, we should probably wait.
All right. I lean the raft back down.
Okay, sounds good. And have you brought it kind of like up to the flat platform, or are you leaving it in the vines itself?
Can you do that?
I mean, I guess up to the platform. Where was it before when the water was up? Were we at platform level?
So yeah, when the water was up, it was covering kind of the first like 4 feet of this kind of like sideways slanted platform. So one end was dipped in, one end was out, and there are various like levels of vines that would like submerge under the water, but also like peek out of the water and such as well.
Gotcha. I guess I'm gonna bring it just up onto the platform high because we don't want it to just float off either.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're kind of like banking it higher than what you think the water was at previously, and you can see watermarks. I mean, it's if you go to a kid's pool, you can always see where the water hits it when it's being splashed because it's like discolored and stuff, and then it's fine above that.
Right. Yep. Up to there.
I mean, I know how often people without children go to kids' pools, so that was probably a great example.
I knew what you meant.
Right? Duke, you got kids, so it checks
I
out.
was a
Yeah.
child
Making
once.
Chuck E. Cheese references.
Lies! Wait, no, that makes sense. Especially if you're playing Al. I believe Al was a child once, and then that lasted for about 5 minutes, and then he
Mm-hmm.
promptly turned himself into an old man.
Everybody.
Yep.
Pinky, do you need some healing?
Embarrassed to say I might.
I'm fine.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did a long rest and we went outside and then you got ate by a dead snake.
That's right.
I don't want to talk about it.
It's a good idea.
8 points of healing at you.
Oh, thank you.
Nice.
Try not to get eaten by dead snakes again.
I will do my best.
Next time it'll be a dead crocodile.
Yeah. Ah, guys! Please help me!
So
Okay.
I'm still down here. Is there any reason that we were all going up top? Well, why did I have to jump at the rope? Q? Or not even Q, what's your name? I forgot your name. Candace. Candace. Candace, why were you making me jump?
I just want to. All right, Kevis is gonna look down
Because
at
you were
him,
stuck in the vines.
and then just after he calls me not by my name, and then he's gonna look around and see if he sees any more eyes, and if so, where.
You see the same eyes that you've been seeing before, just kind of like, and it's kind of odd as you like look around to different locations. It's like the eyes follow your point of view rather than like you see them in the trees and they are in the trees. You look over to your left and the same pattern is there, and you look over to your front or your back, and it seems to be kind of following wherever you're going.
Me in specific or the group?
Everybody's except for Eli, because he's in the vines, seems to be having the same phenomenon.
Okay. Look back down. So you remember how I said there were some couple eyes? Yeah, there's a lot more now.
Yeah.
I don't see any.
There's a lot, guys.
Okay. And?
I think
Are
we
you
should.
afraid?
I mean, I just a little concerned. You know, I'm like a carefree kind of fairy, but it's kind of creepy when there's eyes looking at us.
How do we know this isn't normal?
It's a fae.
Do you normally have a bath?
Okay,
Do you?
how
Excellent question.
often have you been in the Feywild?
Most of my life, just
Here?
not this
Here?
Feywild. No,
That's what
not
I'm saying.
here.
That's what I'm saying. This could be normal.
Well, I don't like this normal.
It also, since we got told, I mean, things may not be as they appear. You know, that's a thing. It might not be eyes. It might just be, a squirrel looking at us, or it could be, the atmosphere looks like eyes.
Are you gonna come back up?
I can't. I don't. What do you want me to? Well, I can jump if you want me to jump.
No.
That went very well last time.
We all saw what happened the last time you jumped.
Eli is never allowed to jump again. Is what I'm hearing.
I'm gonna lean over to Pinky and be like, have we not learned just to not argue with him anymore?
Yeah.
I just want to lean over.
maybe. But
Eli, do you not see the eyes?
I see thorns. What? I don't see eyes. No eyes.
Where's
I see a lot of my blood.
Fair.
Kevis just doesn't know what to say to that. What happened to the rope that we had? Did we pull that up?
It's still there.
It's still
I think.
dangling. It's still dangling from the side where I'm at.
And if I tried to get to the rope, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can get to the rope.
Do you need a lift?
And say,
I mean-
how big is he?
I'm not big at all.
Small.
3'6" or some shit like that.
Yeah, he's pretty small.
I'm gonna fly down again and say, "Let's go, big guy."
You kind of can't. He just with your size, there's not really like, especially with your wingspan, there's not a gap in the vines large enough for your enormous form to like get down to him. It's actually the opening is only about like maybe 1.5 2 foot wide.
It's not big enough for
I'm
my
having a hard time
wingspan either.
getting to you. What was that?
They said that's not big enough for my wingspan either.
No, but I mean, there's a rope.
If you get the rope closer to me, that would be great.
Yeah, you can make it over to the rope for sure.
I mean, I thought I was surrounded at the moment. Am I not?
I'm having to remember some of the stuff we did last time. But yeah, you are surrounded by the vines and stuff, but you can like shimmy your way through them and try not to get scratched.
I mean, sure. Why not? Yeah, I'm gonna make my way to the rope.
Okay, cool. Just make a dexterity check for me, just to see if you're gonna end up doing anything silly and hurt yourself.
Oh boy.
Seen how well this went.
Okay, so that's a 15. Yeah, that's fine. You're able to use your armor and stuff and like brush things out of the way. You make it over to the rope itself.
Beautiful. I'm gonna like tie it around my waist and make a knot.
Okay, cool. Yep, he does so, and you guys are able to see him do this. You give a little tug on the rope, letting everybody know that it's good to go, and you guys are able to hoist him up and get him on the platform just fine.
So
Beautiful.
when Eli
Now where are
comes
these
up-
eyes?
When Eli comes up, I want to look and be like, so Eli's tying the next knot we need, and then just looking back towards to see if we can towards the eyes.
Most don't let me get you down. I thought it was amazing not.
No, this was just to myself.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay, so you guys are.
I see
you
the
guys are
eyes
just-
now.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. Hey, Candace. Those are pretty. Pretty eyes. Why are you afraid of pretty eyes?
I want to look back down the snake. That also had pretty eyes, and see how well that went.
You shot one of them. You shot one of the eyes. Just
Still,
Kevis is afraid of commitments, so he can't deal with pretty eyes.
Lol.
Could I use my thaumaturgy to make the sound of like a roaring, dangerous cat or something over by the eyes?
That's a little bit out of the specifications of the spell. Something like that would be more like major image would definitely do it. Minor image might be able to do it instead.
Okay.
You can make it, but I think it's so the eyes that you guys are seeing are probably like 200 feet away from you, like littering in the tree line, and so I think it's outside of the range of the spell.
Definitely outside of the range.
Mm-hmm.
So much further away than I thought.
So, I mean, all right. So we have a couple of options here, right? We can wait for the water to rise back up, get on the raft, and head towards this hill that he said he saw, but it's moving, right? So it might not even be where he saw it when we wait. The other thing is we could get our flyers to go and check out the hill, but it's going to leave part of our party behind.
yeah, we see how well that went in the tower.
Hey, we killed
To
it.
not send the flyers off again.
Flyer.
I mean, I don't really care that much. I mean, we could wait, but there's a very high possibility that we're not going to find the hill in any good amount of time if we do that. We've already wasted enough time here. Let's be fucking honest.
I know, but
Okay,
to leave,
so-
we would all have to get back down to the ground, right?
We can't just
Walk
travel
through the mud.
ground. Yeah, we can't just
Yeah,
travel
which-
through the thorns.
Right, but you got so you guys are essentially kind of on a hill of thorns. If you look at the shape of it, the tower kind of like sticks up, and then there's like a hill, and it's not too far away that like for it to return to like normal swamp muck. So with the setup that you guys have, you could easily like taxi people out of the thorns via the air, and you'd just be on the normal kind of messy ground after that.
Okay, well, we could do that. I'm not walking on the ground anyway, so.
Are the eyes beyond the thorn area, or within the thorn area?
Beyond, yeah.
Well, I gave up a balloon animal for my raft, and I don't want to leave the raft now, so I probably still would want to wait. Unless you guys... I don't think the flyers could lift the raft over the thorns.
Not with everybody on it, but between the two of you, you guys could get it over out of the thorns.
Yes. We could ferry them all down to the ground, like where we want them to be, away from the thorns, and then we could come back and we could take the raft as well down to the ground, and then somebody could just drag it through the muck while we move along.
Right.
That way you don't have to lose it. I wouldn't want you to give it up for your, that balloon animal meant a lot.
I like that God didn't consider Pixie a flyer.
Pinky, roll an intimidation check.
I will.
Kev is just like snickering behind them all.
Oh no!
I'm really not scared of you. I don't know what to tell you.
Seems about right.
I have an eyeball, a snake eyeball that's maybe the size of me.
And well, check this out. I'll probably pull out an eyeball I have in my pocket. Like, you're not the only one. Like, what the fuck?
No.
Now I want somebody's eyeball.
Grumbles about how unfair this whole situation is.
Yeah.
Snake food.
I'm not okay. Because I got eaten by a dead snake. I mean, okay.
Rare skill, Pinky.
Snake food,
Rare
and you're
skill.
like also snake food.
I did not get eaten by snake. Nope, it's not a thing.
Okay.
I am gonna take this moment to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Sounds about right to this party already.
Our own worst enemies.
Got a long rest, and then immediately we took damage.
Nothing but the environment.
Yep.
Right.
Note to self: TPK requires nothing but pointy objects sitting around them.
All you have to do is put shiny, possible lootable things in a dangerous environment, and we will probably go for them.
You're like a raccoon. An old like coon trapping trick is to put something shiny inside of a log with like metal spikes around it, where like the raccoon can like fit its open hand in, but when it grabs the thing and tries to pull it out, its fist is too big and it can't do it, but it won't let go of the shiny, and so it just stays there and waits for the hunters to come get it.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Yeah, Pinky.
Sounds pretty accurate.
Kevin's gonna walk over while this is going on to Moose. Moose, can you just fly me out towards the vines and we can taxi people back? And we can keep a lookout as we go.
Oh.
All right.
So who all needs to be taxied? Be him.
Is Kevin's gonna be all by himself as we taxi people?
Well, no, me and him can taxi two people at the same time. Well, as long as how much do you weigh, Eli?
How much can you carry?
What was it? Like 330 pounds.
You should be able to carry me and Kevis.
You can carry 300 pounds?
You can carry
Yeah,
two people
yeah.
at once?
Carrying capacity. Oh, sorry, 165. 165. I was reading them backwards.
You cannot carry me.
You can carry me though.
So maybe Moose carries
let me double check.
Eli,
Right.
and
Wait, how much did you say?
I can carry 165 pounds.
You can't carry me. Never mind.
you can carry me though.
But you could fly.
Well, yeah, but like, what if I just want to sit on your shoulder or something?
Then how would I flap my wings?
Pinky, you can fly.
As she's flying about right now.
Okay, then what we could do is, since I can't carry anybody and he can only carry one person, the two of us could fly with him down, and then that way there'd be 3 of us on the ground once he drops them off.
What
Okay.
if you
Or
get somebody's
1 person on the
feet
ground and 2 people in the air.
What if you get somebody's feet and Pinky gets their head?
That would
I
work.
could like
Nope.
get an
I like
arm.
that idea. Let's do
I
that.
could like
Let's do
carry
that.
an arm.
Nope. I'm preparing a spell.
You
at
don't-
this
you
point.
don't
I'm
trust-
getting ready to cast a spell.
I can picture me and Eli just ready, like, no. Pull
I've got to
swords out.
last waiting
No.
for this, dude. Like, it's not even.
Just for ease of conversation, as long as you guys are carrying somebody smaller than you, you can do it. Just at half speed.
Oh, okay. Then I don't mind going at half speed. But
Yeah. If we're
Live
talking if we're talking about like moving objects, that's when we'll bring in the like carrying capacity stuff.
I think I weigh more than Duke is my problem.
But
Why
you
are you
don't
so
weigh more than
heavy?
Moose.
No, Moose is fine.
Why are
Got
you
all
so
that
heavy?
chainmail.
Just gonna
wear
point at
a
him.
lot
Look at
of
his armor.
chainmail.
He's got the highest armor class and the highest HP in the party. He's a dense little bugger. And that it's not even by like a small margin, it is by a large margin on both accounts.
Yep.
Oh, never mind. Zarius has equivalent armor class, but for very different reasons.
Right.
He's dexterous as fuck. He can dodge. I forgot. Oh yeah, I was told there was a paladin in this group, and so I didn't expect to be a tank. But as soon as I found out there wasn't a paladin, I became a tank. So if you guys are well going for that,
Appreciate it. So then let's see here.
So I'm just
Anyway,
gonna look at Moose.
who's
So,
grabbing me?
Taxi?
Kevis, how big are you?
Me?
Oop.
Yeah, like your size.
5'9".
Height. Oh, I can't pick him up then.
Oh no, you're good. You guys are all you guys are medium-sized creatures, so
Oh.
like that's fine. I'm talking about like the size of creature
Oh, okay.
in general.
Oh, yeah, then that will work then. We're all medium besides Eli
So
and Pinky, right?
sorry, I misspoke. I misspoke earlier. Like a medium can carry a medium, but a medium cannot carry a large.
Okay, then I can carry him, and I would just fly at half speed
If a medium carries a
because I'm a medium
small,
character too.
is it still half movement?
If somebody was to carry Pinky, no. If somebody was to carry Eli, yes.
I'm a chunky boy.
You're a chunky boy.
all that
Let's see, we could have
fireman
Bane
home
carry
cooking chili.
Eli. I could carry Kevis. Pinky could fly herself, and then who would be left? Is that everybody? Bane, Kevis, Eli, Pinky.
Lock.
Yeah.
There's
And then Pinky
Who's
could hold the
locked?
cage with the bird,
Oh yeah, we had that
with the-
dragon still.
fairy dragon.
Can Pinky carry the cage? How big is this cage? It's small, right?
Yeah, so the cage would be considered like a small, and Sir Talavar is himself a tiny creature, I believe.
Okay, so then we could do that, and then me and Moose could just come back and grab the raft
Raft?
after we dropped everybody off. right? Yeah, and then half flying speed would still be 35 feet. So yeah, that'd be fine. I'd be fine with that.
Okay. I am helping in this situation.
Helping.
I'm just
I am
picturing all the
helping!
Canadians just struggling.
Guys, it's too heavy.
Sure. And just for sake of ease here, you guys are able to shuttle around and get the taxi service doing what you want. You guys are able to press on. You guys get back to the kind of swampy, squishy zone rather than being directly in the thorns. And sorry, just a moment. Need to sneeze.
Morgan's tired of her shenanigans, guys.
Can't blame him.
I'm allergic to your craziness.
This group
I had a coherent thought, and Mike destroyed it.
That happens.
Yep. Okay, so you guys are able to get yourselves kind of fly over the nasty vines, and you get yourselves back over to just general swampy, mushy ground. Lots of foliage, kind of that seems to be able to survive both in water and out of water. Something that's obviously accustomed itself to the rising and falling of water in this area.
And the tower, was it to the west of where we were at?
Yeah, the hill, I think, is what you mean.
Right. Yeah.
So from where you saw it, was kind of like western with a kind of a north pull to it.
Okay, so I let everybody know that it was about 2.5 hours there and then an hour and a half back. So let's go. And I'm not walking. I'm flying above everybody.
I'm flying
All the
too.
people that can not fly.
Yeah, all the walkers here. Slosh.
There's like a race
also gonna
war
need
in
you
this
guys to
group
drag that
about
rag.
can you fly or can't you?
I agree.
How far is Pinky from
I'm literally
Kevin?
looking down on them.
Right now, like on the ground, she's
Uh-huh.
like flying about, not really staying still, but she's like 5 feet
From me? Or from Kevis?
from the group. I don't know if Kev is
Okay. Well,
sure.
I'm gonna wherever Eli is, kind of step. Either if he's in front of me, catch up to him, or if he's behind me, kind of do that weird, awkward, like slow down. Okay, speed up. Through the mug, so it's really loud and obnoxious. Just lean over. Next time Pinky decides she doesn't want to fly, let's bring this up the fact that she has not touched the ground yet. This is just whispering down to him.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Do I hear this with my 19 passive perception?
Kevis, roll a stealth check. A voice-based stealth check.
A voice-based stealth check?
30-20.
No, you do not.
Oh, darn.
You hear nothing.
Just keep on walking.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to say anything back. That's fine.
Even if I walked away, you could still talk in my head.
I could. I don't want to. I'm gonna stew on that one. I'm gonna stew on that one for a bit.
All right. Okay, so you guys just continue on. Who's kind of leading the charge?
Well, I guess I would, since I was the one that went there, and they don't know where it's at. So.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll kind of a survival check. To basically like recall your steps, kind of like get those landmarks back like you were like you followed last time. 18. Okay, that's pretty good. You guys, you do recognize that yes, things have moved, but they haven't moved a terrible amount, and you're able to kind of recall some of the first leg of the journey, essentially.
Awesome.
Yep, and you
Push away,
guys.
guys.
Yep. And what's going on with the raft? Are Moose and Zarius carrying it, or what's the setup there?
Yeah. Or
You want
Moose
to carry
is
it, Moose?
dragging it on his own. Just
Okay, are you dragging it or like
I can help.
lifting it above your
We
head?
can carry it.
But I mean,
Okay.
all right, since
Because we can only move as slow as the people in the mud, right?
That is true, and also if you're dragging the raft through the mud is going to add extra weight as it like piles up in front of it as like you're dragging it. You're going to hit roots and rocks and stuff. Dragging it is going to be a very difficult process. Not impossible, but difficult. Carrying it, while more immediately strenuous, might be more conserving on energy over time.
We should just carry it. We can
Cool.
carry it, Moose. We got this.
Let's do it. And I would pick it up and just start carrying it in the same way that I'd pick up and move every piece of furniture where I think nothing about like where I'm going with it or really how to carry it correctly. I just sort of pick it up and start moving.
It's like the worst hired help mover ever. Just like moving stuff around. Be like, no, that needs to go to the truck. No, that one stays here.
I have like a couch that's like too large that can't fit through the doorway, but I'm still like trying to push it anyway.
shoulder.
Trying to switch
Right.
arms and it's just like awkward.
Yep. So a very odd display of muscularity from your devilish-looking sorcerer.
It's more so that some of it too is like I'm not used to really doing any kind of labor, and this is definitely a lot of work.
Fair.
While we're walking, can I look around and see if I see the eyes or just anything watching us now?
Roll a perception check there.
Somebody's always so paranoid. Lighten up a little bit.
I know the Fae. I'm going to be paranoid.
If we need at least one, nobody else is looking around.
Right, the rest of us don't care.
We need one
The rest of us are
responsible
like,
adult at
YOLO.
least. Yeah, you look around and those eyes, those same. Does anybody remember the exact count of the eyes? I think it's
it was
9.
I think it was 9.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, after I checked, I think it was 9.
Okay, sounds good. Yep. So you guys see. So Kevin says, like you're kind of keeping watch as you guys are moving around. The trees and the fog does continue to like move by, and you know, there are glimpses where you can't see it, but then like the wave of fog will like kind of glide over the trees itself, and you sometimes you swear even when you can't see anything else, you can still see the eyes peering through the fog. And then when it goes away, you can see the trees and whatnot clearly, and the eyes are still there as well.
Good.
So you are being followed by whatever this is.
I wanna. Zarius, you're flying, right? Right now?
Yeah.
I wanna kind of yell up and be like,
Yes, yes.
in his direction, but loud enough so everyone can hear. So I know we traveled a little. Those eyes seem to be following us now.
How far away are they? I'm asking you this.
And I'm asking the DM.
God.
They seem to be staying within about the same distance levels as they were before. Maybe 200 feet? Maybe a little bit closer
Okay.
than they were previously.
They seem like they're keeping their distance. They maybe got a little closer, but they're in the hundreds at least.
No immediate threat.
Right, that's really what I was getting at.
Doesn't seem to be immediate. I mean, they haven't really. Nothing seems to have changed with them.
They just seem like they're following us. I'm just watching.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still seems pretty normal to me.
Well, as long as they do, if they get closer, let us know.
Will do. The whole time Kev's just got his hands on his swords. This entire walk.
Of course.
It's probably a spell, Candace.
He's just paranoid.
Is he like
I know
walking
he
in front
is.
of me or next to me?
I'd be behind you. Remember, I move really slow.
And Eli, remind me, did you end up keeping those bracers and stuff that you got from the army you destroyed?
No, I chucked them off as soon as the Fey Dragon reminded me that I had them on.
Okay, gotcha.
And that we
So
stole
you're
them.
My movement speed is back to 20.
back to 20. Woo!
What is happening over? My goodness.
Wow.
I'm
Yep.
stuck with a bunch of slowpokes.
Man, I'm super fast.
Is you? I can be fast
He can
too.
golf you like 3 times.
Yeah.
I
He
try to
actually
be like,
don't mind me.
I'm super fast, and then boom. And I
Oh,
come
there
back.
he goes.
Now look what you did. Our
Oh,
guide is now.
And he's down again.
He'll come back.
Hey.
He'll come back.
Right. I come right back. It's like, see, you didn't even see me. I was so fast.
It's like that trick I play on my daughter. Like, I'm going to go to Mars and back. Hello, goodbye. Or goodbye, hello.
Right.
Like, see, I'm
Just
already
like
back.
that.
I was so fast.
Absolutely. All right. So we want to continue on, and then I guess what is stem name? Just make sure you look out for them. I'm not gonna look out for them.
Look out for the eyes.
Um,
Oh boy.
That's what he said they were.
No, Pinky, look out for more snakes. Yes, the eyes.
Actually, you
She should probably watch out for more
snakes.
We should probably watch out for anything, not just the eyes.
What we
Who's to
learned?
say that the eyes are not more snakes?
That's what I'm afraid of.
No.
Oh. Okay, so you guys continue on, trudging through the mud. It is kind of tiring work because every time you take a step, it's like the equivalent of taking 4 or 5 steps normally. It's a constant drain every time that your feet hit the sludge. Is you just have to pull it out and move it forward, and it's got the like heavy mud and muck on it, and it takes it out of you a little bit more than what would normally be just the level of exhaustion coming from just a jaunt as long as this one. But after about an hour or two, you guys start to come up on the vegetation changes slightly. Things kind of flatten out and smooth, and you start to hear something kind of interesting. Sounds like rain. Rain starts to kind of fall around y'all, and so the mud gets a little bit wetter, which is nice because it doesn't cling to you so heavily, but you start sinking a little bit further, and you begin to and it squelches a little bit more, but at least it's not quite as heavy and burdensome.
This is fun. Me sinking? This is fun.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and
You okay down there?
Correct me
Everything's
if
fine.
I'm wrong, but isn't we're carrying the raft, correct? We're dragging the raft?
Yeah.
You're-
Me
carrying
and
it.
Moose are carrying the raft.
I'm just gonna stay underneath that raft and fly.
All right, valid.
Okay.
I mean, I fit.
Eli's very jealous, apparently.
Nope. Don't care. Thank you, BB. Don't care.
Congratulations in the background.
Oh yeah, she left. Damn it.
All right, and after about maybe another half hour of this, and you guys are not moving very quickly at all in the first place, which
Just super frustrating.
which is driving Zarius bananas.
Slow down,
yeah,
Darius.
it's like that moment.
Constantly having to tell him
But
to
you
slow
guys are
down.
so slow.
It's like that again with the moving metaphor. It's like that moment where you're like trying to move the table and like one person is moving faster like down the stairs. You're like, wait. Okay, you guys continue on, and the water level does start to rise. At this point, there is a couple of inches on top of the muck itself.
Why don't you guys go ahead and drop the raft?
If
Watch
they're
out,
doing
Pinky,
that,
and I release it.
Pinky's gonna move out of the way.
Yeah, no, there we go.
Okay. You see a little pink sparkle dust trail just as Pinky zips out, and you guys drop the raft.
Yeah.
I wouldn't entirely drop it, but I'm not. I'll lower it as gently as I can with it being dropped. From one
He's like, "This is my
side."
balloon raft."
It's a little bit like a type of thing, and like to try to keep it from screwing up. Roll a strength check just to see how well you control it.
Do
it. You hates me, Mo.
8. Sweet, yeah. Like it was pretty sudden. You weren't really expecting it, and you don't know how to work hard. I mean, you lift you train at the fighting rink, which were like, I don't know where all your muscles came from, but like they're good for something.
I
But
was born this way.
I woke up like this.
I did.
So you don't know how to control heavy objects. Yeah, you kind of fall down, and the raft like tumbles a little bit, and just like it's like a diamond sticking out of the ground as it just like lands crooked and just sinks in about like 1.5 feet, and it seems to be staying straight up.
Not the exact result I was expecting when I said drop the raft, but it'll do, I guess. Can you get it? Can you get it?
I'll help him pull it out of the...
Can you get it?
Well, first, I'm going to fly 35 feet up in the air because I was really tired of going slow. I'm going to fly 35 feet back down and then help him take the raft out of the mud.
And
Yeah,
Zarius says, as you're doing that,
oh shit!
after this long of rain coming down, your wings are starting to get a little bit heavy. There's a little bit of extra water soaking into them, and they are getting, and so your fly speed is reduced by a quarter at this point.
Guys, I think he's slowing down.
And Pinky, you too.
I think
Bane, it doesn't seem to be bothering you very much that your wings are getting wet. I mean, your wings are like leather based, so like the water just kind of rolls off of them, not a big deal. But for the bird and the bug based wings,
feels bad.
you guys are Pinky. Your fly speed is halved.
Bugs don't fly very good, guys.
No, they don't.
Leather-
Especially not like
leather-
delicate butterfly wings in water.
Leather wings? Did I hear that right? You guys said she had leather wings?
Yeah, Moose's wings are like demon bat-like wings.
Unfair.
That's cool.
Yep.
Didn't picture them as leather. I thought there was some. That's awesome. All right, cool.
Yeah.
What did you picture them as?
Not leather.
All right, so you guys get down. You're able to like pick the raft up out of the squelch. Just kind of like releases with a smack, like a pop, like a, and like you guys flip it around and set it down, and it's not deep enough in the water yet to use the thing. It's going to take maybe you might need to wait a little bit longer until maybe there's like a foot of water, because with the density of the raft, I mean, it's like 6 inches tall.
So when Eli
plus your water.
I needed to go ahead and get on the raft. This is what this is. I needed to get on the fucking raft.
So you can stand. You can stand on it. It's functional. It's just not. It's functional for like not sinking. It's just not going anywhere at the moment.
Correct.
Could be.
It's better than me in the mud.
I'm gonna get up on the raft also and hold out my wings kind of at an angle, and anybody that wanted to could kind of get under a wing and be out of the rain a little bit.
Yep, that's me.
That's cool. I appreciate the gesture, but I'm gonna go sit on the raft, and I sit at the front of the raft. I enjoy the water. It's cleaning me, which I need.
Oh,
all right.
flower crown. Is it?
It has to be 24 hours by now.
Yeah, you're good now.
Yeah. Because it's like
Still on
2
your
hours
head.
after.
No, it's gone.
No, don't
Actually, no.
take it
I'm
off.
gonna take it and just try to put it on Pinky. If it falls, it falls. It's your
Is
problem
it too
now.
big for me?
Boss.
It's definitely big.
It's more like a hula hoop.
Just look at
That's
it.
kind
It's yours
of
now.
sad.
See, it's pink. Not my problem. Make sure you water it. Just I walk away.
Kind of brownie pink. Yeah. It's been neglected.
After I did that, I also want to take another look around.
Okay, sounds good. Give me a perception check there.
14.
14. Okay. You still see the eyes. A little bit unsure of the distance, but it might be that they're getting closer.
Lovely.
The rain is kind of like making it a little bit hard to see, and so you're not entirely sure. But there is something else that you notice, which is kind of interesting. There seems to be kind of a cylinder of upward movement, a little bit to the north of you, from where you're at.
How far? Can I tell how far?
300 yards off or something. Not terribly far.
Okay. Who's still? Well, Zarius is like the only one still flying. Okay, I'll just say out loud. So, the eyes are still following us, but what's weird, if you guys look over like north, it looks like there's some sort of like upward movement.
Oh.
All right, so I'm gonna get this out here again. Did you come here expecting us to be by ourselves?
Well, no. But it's also nice
Okay,
to
then.
be aware so we don't get jumped like we did in the tower, and where half of the party yeeted themselves out the window, and I got knocked out by a weasel.
It probably would help if you were.
So this is really just about you being knocked out by a weasel.
I'm gonna
It's
turn to
not
Pinky
the
and be
fact
like,
that we
don't you have
jumped
some
out the
flowers to
window.
water? And look back at Eli.
It would
They
probably
do
help
have to
if
be
you were.
watered.
It would probably help if you were more alert.
What do you mean by upward movement?
Right?
You guys, Eli or Kevis points it out, and you guys do see there seems to be some sort of a column that does have like kind of ripples that are moving in kind of random intervals.
What the hell?
Like
Okay.
air? Is there air moving upward?
Is it like the water's moving up?
You know this.
Roll a perception for you too, Bane.
You know this really reminds me of like Finding Nemo: Ring of Fire. I think it is the little volcano thing that they had to go
Shark
through.
bait. Ooh, ah.
Ooh, let's go through it.
All you see is rain,
I don't.
rain and
I don't see
fog
what
and
you're
mist.
Yeah. Anyways,
seeing.
how much longer do you guys think it'll take for this raft to start floating?
Well, the speed we're going.
We're not going though.
I know.
We're sitting still. I'm just
No.
saying, like, can you guys tell how fast this water is rising?
Seems to be rising about 6 inches every, at this rate, about 6 inches every 10 or so minutes.
Pretty fast.
Yeah. Pinky, did you give me a
Wait,
perception
wait a
check too?
No, you want me
Okay.
to?
Yeah, go. I mean, if you're looking for what Kevis is talking about, yes.
Oh well, if I can make this Finding Nemo reference, I'm totally checking. No Finding Nemo reference for me.
Hey, yeah,
We have-
Kevis, you seem to be the one with the sharp eyes at the moment.
If we want, we have time to send one of the flyers up to check out this movement of yours and the eyes if you want. I don't really care either way about any of these. We could sit here for all I care, wait for it. But if you wanted to, we could have somebody go scout out the movement in the eyes.
Nose goes, not it.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
so
you don't
nice
do
to be
anything,
part of the
it's fine.
flying group, is it?
It's wet.
She says like my toddler.
Oh, look
Fine,
at Zarius.
I'll go.
Yeah.
I'll
Send
go.
I'll
Moose.
check it out.
Fine.
No cover for you guys.
Send
I'll
Moose.
take offline.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so Kevis points
I'll
out
go with
like the
him.
direction you go. All right,
I'll
guys.
go with him so he's not by himself.
Sure, sounds good. Just a sec. One of my monitors doing that. Okay. Yeah, you guys go and roll perceptions for me both.
And perception, where are you at?
Did I? Is there no place that I can shelter under now? They've left me.
Not really.
Sad. Pinky's in the rain.
Got your flower crown.
Okay, Zarius, you are eager to do something, and so your eyes are peeled. And you go over there, and after maybe just a couple of minutes of flying, you can see there does seem to be like an upward pillar, and it is water just blasting out from this strange circular, essentially it's like a large cup without a handle. It's just, and the water is just blasting out and raining down all around you. The closer you get, the more intense the water becomes.
Like a geyser?
This
Yeah.
is how rain is made?
I think so.
See,
Sounds good to
I know
me.
where babies come from.
This is where rain comes from.
Yep. And also, Zarius, with that perception check, you see 4 little things. Like in the geyser seems to be about 30, 40 feet in the air. It kind of like rises and falls with water pressure. and there's four little, some sort of objects like bouncing around on the top of the geyser.
Moose, do you see those objects?
No.
I want to get closer and see what they are.
Oh my gosh!
Why did we send them?
Is this like the little raccoon trap that you set up for us?
I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so Zarius, you go
I
and
don't know
at this
why you
point,
guys send us.
You think I'm gonna go?
Uh, yeah, so you go and you forgot that's what I was looking for. You go over there and like the water is pouring down pretty hard at this point, and your movement speed slows again down to half at this point because you're pretty drenched. But yeah,
Half
you
movement speed. Okay.
yep, half movement speed. So you go over there, and there seems to be and it's strange. There's four little objects. I hadn't rolled a D100 for me. And let's do that 4 separate times, because if you try to roll it all at once, it'll add them together.
I'll get a couple of those.
Yeah, sure. Moose, you do 2. Zarius, you do 2.
Did it pull over? So was that 84? And one more time.
Okay, would you say 84?
Yeah. And 1 second. I'll roll the
Nice.
second one.
25.
And 39.
Okay, 94. Got it.
Kevis, do you think they found something interesting?
And what were the other two guys' numbers? I got 94 and 84.
1 second. Let me look at.
Oh, this 25. Okay, I'm doing a thing real quick.
So mine was 84 and 39.
Guarantee they found something.
All right. 94, 25. What was your last one? There's Zarius.
39.
39. Thank you. There's a table here.
And they get attacked by snakes.
Are there any
Actually, we
chairs?
would probably.
Eat it.
Okay, there you go. So you go over there and you kind of like look at it, and it's like the rain is like blasting you pretty hard in the face, like the upward rain before it like comes back down over there. But there's kind of this moment where like the bulk of the geyser stops, and they seem to be like just kind of like bouncing around on top of the kind of head of the geyser without ever really touching like the main bulk of the water, and the geyser just kind of come up and like spread across, and you see a paper wasp nest in a jar, and is one of them a tasseled wine charm with that looks like a sprite, like a little pixie, like a little wine stopper. It's got like a little tassel and like a little flat printed sprite, and then you see a very delicate fork with some nice kind of filigree and like designs, and then like all the tines are like kind of like bent away, so none of them are straight; they're all bent outwards. And then you see a vial of viscous liquid, and it says "Fomorian spits, do not drink."
Oh, that's dangerous.
I really want that paper wasp nest.
Out of game. Are you guys familiar with Fomorians? Just out of curiosity.
Nope.
Okay, cool. This will be fun.
Yeah, they're bad.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, and you said they're like at the top of the water?
Yeah, they seem to be riding on top of the geyser, and like there's a couple of moments where you think like the jar with the paper wasp nest is gonna like tumble off and like head towards the ground. Instead, it kind of like tumbles and like kind of like bounces back inwards and like rolls to the other side. So they seem to be staying in place.
Can I try to grab the paper wasp nest in the jar?
You can. Yeah, with your dex score, it's pretty easy to do.
Right.
And you go down and you reach for it, and you kind of hold it. It's got this kind of cork stopper on it, and inside there's a small branch with there is a wasp nest that is like attached to the branch. It's only about this big or so, maybe 7 or 8 honey like hexagons in there where the wasps like go and make their space. You can see a couple of the hexagons are full with something, like some sort of like probably a wasp that hasn't like fully hatched or something yet, or like went in there to rest and didn't emerge. And as you grab it and start looking at it,
You get attacked.
you get shocked.
Oh shit!
Yep. So here, I'm gonna bring everybody over into this map.
We all
and not everybody is actually here yet because you guys are a ways away.
we're all like over here.
Yeah,
I like
exactly.
the rain. That's tight.
Yeah, the rain is cool. So and let me just double check here. Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, you take.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
It's not anybody's. It's floating in the air. That's not actually taking it from somebody.
We obviously haven't learned all this. Y'all like blame Pinky for like taking things, but then like here y'all are like picking up things off the ground and the water and.
I think it's different if it's just like in nature as opposed to being like on somebody's person.
Item, right?
Or in somebody's house.
That's
Well,
how I feel. That it was just
nobody
floating.
lived there
It didn't
anymore.
belong to anybody.
Or in a snake's
Okay.
mouth. I mean,
How much shock damage?
So you go and you grab it, and suddenly you see out of the corner of your eye this kind of yellow and green presence just kind of appear, and then your whole body is racked with lightning damage. Just I got a critical hit, and you take 13.
Shit.
You take 13 points of lightning damage.
Oh, that hurts. He's still up.
Still up, not by much.
Yeah, not by much. Oh, Moose, that really hurt.
Okay,
Did you
and
get- Did you get the
suddenly
jar?
3 more.
Yeah, I got the jar.
Yep, and suddenly three more of them kind of appear, all kind of hovering above the location of the jars or the objects themselves, as the Fomorian spit vial kind of like bounce around this kind of spiritual looking thing. Kind of follows above it, and you guys see things kind of like this, just kind of balls of spiritual light. Mike is nodding his head. He knows what these are.
They've done messed up, and we don't know anything. Cool. We're just waiting for them to come back. Like, are they gonna come back with something good, or
Yep, and I need you guys to roll initiative now.
Bitch.
gonna sit here?
it's
What a
stupid
good break from
initiative,
D&D.
but-
just those two, right? Or simply rolling initiative here.
It's just these two this time.
Cool.
For now.
Cool. Meanwhile, I'm gonna look over at Candace like, I wonder what's taking him so long.
Yeah, I'm like,
That's what worries me.
you know, they probably got distracted by something. I mean,
Let's just count him as a loss at this point and try to figure out how to keep going.
Oh, look at him. Are you gonna pull the raft?
I mean, I could try.
yeah, I don't think Pinky can pull the raft, guys.
Nope, not so much. Okay, so first of all is the three of them get to go.
Oh shit!
Yep, and the first one, so he already shocked you. So this one is the one kind of in the middle. He's going to come over and try to shock you as well. There's kind of like a spiritual buildup, and you see like a connection of like energy, like kind of forming out in like kind of a reverse cone from the creature, and it kind of like starts to build up from you as well, very similar to how lightning actually like comes up from like a tree when it's being struck. It like kind of meets in the middle. It starts off with something like that. So this guy, he is going for a shock on Zarius.
Oh lordy!
And that is a 15 to hit.
That misses.
All right.
Safe to say they're well past 100 feet from us, right? Like they're way the fuck, right? Okay, cool.
Yeah, they're a ways away. Okay, so the shock comes out, and you're able to like kind of use your wings, dodge out of the way, and it kind of like the shock kind of like goes out and like misses where its connection would have been. The next guy, this one's going to come over towards Moose and attempt the same thing. So he's going to go for a shock, and that will be a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. All right. That'll be. Move out of the way, dice. That'll be 11 lightning damage. It comes out and just shocks you and like makes you seize up a bit.
Ow.
Yeah.
Okay.
My stuff like randomly dropped, so I didn't hear what you said.
Moose got shocked for 11 lightning damage.
Okay.
And the next one, the one that started off by shocking you, is going to go, and it is. So this is against Zarius, and that will be a 15 to hit again. Does not connect. Okay, and now we are over to Zarius. Your turn.
Oh, lordy. What do I want to do here? So I'd like to back up, and I'd like to throw my spear at one of them, at the one closest to me, but I don't want to be so close to him. So let's see how long.
Okay.
The spear range is 60 feet.
Okay, if you back up before hitting them or making an attack against them, then they will get attacks of opportunity against you.
So mobility only works if you attack them first, right?
I believe so.
Let me look at it real quick. I can't remember. Hold on.
Yeah. And as you guys kind of on the other... Never mind, I'll hold that for a moment. Well, actually, like as this kind of all unfolds with the other group, like if you guys are kind of paying attention, Kevis, I know you are. Suddenly you see like four very faint, and Pinky would see this too. Four very faint lights appear.
Oh.
I have a
Hold
bad
on,
feeling
one
about this. I think Kevis would
Those
start
are
to make his
pretty.
way that way.
Still seems normal. I mean, it is raining. That's probably just lightning, right? It's
Yeah, I mean,
And
they're
you do
probably fine.
You do see a couple of
Okay.
like. You do see like
Oh,
a few flashes of
totally
light that
just
goes with it
thunder
too.
or something.
Okay.
Let's-
Morgan, you are absolutely right. So I will attack him first.
Okay, cool.
With my spear. Alrighty.
21 will hit. Okay, and you're attacking the one that shocked you first of all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unarmed strike spear. Eight points of damage on this too.
8 points of damage on this guy. Okay. And as you go up and like you go in there and like try to slash the thing, it kind of like glances off slightly, and it's a little bit. You kind of go through it without much resistance. Kind of like it's not quite as solid as you thought it was.
Righty. Okay, and then now I'm going to move after I attacked him. So
Okay.
there we go. So I'm gonna say, Moose, follow me. So, and you said I'm at half movement speed, right? Son of a.
Yes, you are.
So then I can only move 35 feet. That's a pain in the ass. 5, 10. So we're gonna move away from this pillar. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. There we go. Okay, and then so for my bonus action, I can still attack again, right? Yeah. No, I can't. It's a melee attack, so it's an unarmed strike. So never mind.
Yeah, but you could have bonus attacks before you left if you wanted to.
Oh, and then still move. Let me do that. So I'm just gonna leave him here because that's where I'm moving to. But I'm gonna use my bonus attack and attack him with my unarmed strike.
Okay, gotcha.
So.
And you can do things like because you're a monk, you can do Step of the Wind for your bonus by consuming a key point. So that would give you more movement if you wanted. So just pointing out.
Thank you, because I never been a martial character. That's why I picked it this time. But Jason was supposed to help me, but he's not here. So let's see here. What does Step of the Wind do? It's going to okay.
I believe it's like taking the bonus action dash, right?
Right, it is. So you can spend 1 key point to take the disengage or dash action as a bonus action on your turn. So, okay. So actually, let me just move this guy back over here for right now. I'm going to use my my second attack for unarmed strike, and then I'll probably do that. So this is the hit. Yeah, to hit. There we go.
Oh, so yeah. So if you do the key point for Step of the Wind, that consumes your bonus action. You don't get your bonus action to attack.
You don't get the. Okay. So I actually want to use Step of the Wind, so I didn't know that. So let me spend a key point, and then it. Where is this at? Where's my key points at? I'll update it in 1 minute. So yeah, I am going to use Step of the Wind, so I can move further away from these assholes.
Awesome.
And then and how much does that give me? So how much does dash do? Just your normal movement, or it doubles what you have?
It'll double your movement speed, which essentially means you get your normal movement speed at this moment.
Okay, so then I can go move 70 feet. All right. So this is 50 feet away, but they're not here, right? This is where you put them?
Yep, that's correct. Oh, excuse me. I just wanted everybody to be on the map and see what we're seeing, rather than still seeing this length tower.
50, 55. So I'd like to move the whole 70 feet away, but I don't know where it would be. Because this is 50 from where I was at.
Sure. Yeah, we'll call it, let's see, full 70. Sure, let's put you down in the trees here just because. So this is 70.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty. I told Moose to follow me as I was zipping by. I yelled it.
Okay, sounds good. The last one, it's his turn before Moose's turn. And he's going to shock at Moose. For 17 points of damage. Or it'll hit you for 17.
Yeesh.
That'll hit.
And then the damage
Oh,
comes in
okay.
for 7.
I fall out of the air.
Yes, you do.
I can still see him. God damn
Yeah,
it. Moose.
yeah.
I
So
gotta go back.
as you turn around and you say, "Moose, follow me," you look at him and Moose turns and like he gets shocked in the back and like his eyes kind of glaze over and his wings kind of flap, and he heads towards the ground and just sloshes into a bunch of water. And by now the water is about, after you guys flying over here and what was on the raft, it's about a foot deep and there's smudge underneath. So you do take some falling damage, but not nearly as much as you would have because it's essentially a soft landing.
Our group is destined to die.
Yep, and that'll be 4 points of falling damage. And as you're unconscious and you fall and take another hit, that does eliminate. You do automatically fail one of your death saves by taking damage while unconscious, or while making death saves makes the death saves go away. Okay, so then it's back to it's back to the kind of sprite ghosty looking things, and the one that you attacked seems to kind of like try to leave, and it gets about 10 feet away, and then it actually seems like it like kind of stops and like there's some resistance to it, and kind of like gets pulled back, and it goes back over and actually, are you still holding the jar?
No, I would have had to let it go when I reused. Can you hear me? So when I use my spear, the spear's two-handed, so I would have had to drop it. I didn't think about it, but
Okay, did you drop it like just straight down, I assume?
yeah.
Okay, so the one that chased you, it goes down into the water, and it kind of like just glides into the water without disturbing its surface. And it comes back up, and the jar is kind of like dangling near it as it rises up, and it kind of pulls the jar, and it kind of places it back on top of the geyser. And the other ones just seem to be dancing continuously around the ones that are moving, and so they don't seem to be doing anything. So it is back to Zarius's turn.
Okay, so originally, how far away was the group from us when we went over there? Like, how many feet were, like, total feet were they away from us? Because I would need to know if I can see them from where I'm at. So I flew 70 feet back.
You flew 70 feet back. I said it was a few hundred yards. So they're about 600 feet away from the location of the geyser. But yeah, quite a ways back.
Because I need to get them to get him.
And I assume Kevis, and so let's pan back over to Kevis and Co for a moment. What are you guys doing? You start to see it's just some bursts of light coming through the rain. You don't really know what's happening.
Me and Eli were having.
Just talking.
Yeah, we were
just
having the
talking.
conversation.
I think this based off Kevis's background and shit he's seen, he would start to get worried, and while listening to the other two, he would just start making his way over there.
Okay.
Not knowing what.
So
uncomfortable.
Okay, so what's your movement speed?
35, but I could blow a lot of stuff to get 110.
Okay. Yep. So you can do anything you like. So let me add Kevis kind of into the combat round.
Oh. My goodness. I think after our conversation ends, though, we might notice Kevin's missing.
It won't matter. I mean, Q, you don't have any type of healing, right? You don't have a potion. You don't have a healer's kit. Nothing, anyways, right? I don't know this. Actually, I don't care anymore. I'm sorry, I don't know this.
You could try to stabilize him.
No.
You could try to stabilize him.
I would have, as I started going, like, all of a sudden you would have noticed Kevis's mood change. Like, we need to go.
Okay. Can I just hop on his back?
You still have your movement speed, Pinky, but it is halved. Or your fly speed.
I hop on his back.
I'm hopping on his back. Kevin, I'm
Alright.
taking a ride.
I'm staying on the raft. I can't travel through this.
Pinky
Right.
weighs like a total of 8 pounds or something, so like it doesn't really seem to bother you. And Locke looks at you and he's okay. Let's go. Yeah, let's go help. And he starts trekking through the mud as well. So you guys will continue towards him. So for the first round, what are you doing there, Kevis?
How far are we? We're like, what, 600 feet away?
Yeah, you're quite a ways away.
It's gonna take a lot.
Yeah. I don't want to leave our only fucking healer, too. I'm only gonna walk up 35 feet and see if I can see anything. Like,
roll
can I still be
perception
able to
for
see
me.
Eli if I were to turn around?
Yeah, you can still see
Okay.
Eli. It's not that dense.
So yeah, I'll walk up and then look.
Tell Eli to take off the armor. Gosh, dang it!
It's not the armor that's the issue right now.
I see shit.
No, you
Yeah.
can't. You saw a couple of flashes of light, and that's you nothing else has come through to you by that point.
I feel like at this point, Kevis would be looking like both ways. Like,
Well,
where
you
the
gotta
way they
pick
went
one,
and then
bud.
back towards Eli.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
so now we'll. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say. I mean, what do you want me to do? I could I pull out my crossbow and try to start using it as a paddle to get to him. But I probably won't move it, but like a couple of inches.
Yeah, where's the water at this point?
It's
He's
about a.
just not
It's about a foot deep now.
It's floating.
Yeah, is the raft
Floating.
floating?
Yeah.
You
By a couple of inches, with the weight of the raft plus like the weight of the people that would be on it, or just Eli, it is.
Call me fat.
Fair enough. We got big fur. It's fine.
He probably calling you fat.
Yeah, there have been some people I've met in my life that like short people that I've like picked up for like in like a hug or something, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like how do you weigh this much?
Yeah, that's me.
it's all the muscle.
And they were not chubby or anything. They were just very dense people.
Yeah.
So, this is your choice, Morgan. If Kevis would have known that, I don't think Kevis would have went up. He would have started to try to push the raft with Eli on it.
Sure, yeah, and that's fine. You guys do have a like a pole that came with the raft that you can like stick it in the mud and like move forward. It's not. So you guys are able to move
If I helped pull
about
this
40
thing-
feet around when the water is high enough. But with the current water level, and you're still hitting like roots and stuff that and rocks. So for the moment, you're reduced in speed by half. You can make about 20 feet of movement each time with the whole party on it. If you guys are all kind of like pushing it together, you could essentially double that.
Yeah,
I
I would.
I would say we'd be pushing it till we couldn't stand in the water anymore. Because if it's only a foot up.
Oh, yeah. You can push it from behind. You can get on it, or like all of you like find some branches and like start moving it. So you could be in the water and move it, or you could be on top and move it. But the more weight that's on top of it, it'll sink.
Yeah.
Further.
Travis would be in the water as long as possible, pushing it.
Okay, sounds good.
Pink will. There's like a pole in there, isn't it? There's like a pole on this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she might just push that pole.
Well, it's like a freestanding stick, so you have to like grab the stick and like stick it into the mud and like use that while transferring the weight from the push through your own feet to propel the raft.
Do we have any rope? I'll just attach myself and try to.
Yeah, there's still the rope is still attached from when it was being dragged by Zarius and Moose.
That's what I'll do.
Okay, so wet soaking little Pinky attaches the rope and is flying in the rain trying to pull it.
I would just ask.
Hey, Kevis is pushing.
Push.
Kevis is in the back. Locke is in the back. I assume you're on the raft using the pole?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
No, I'm still using my crossbow. I'm still trying to I don't know.
Okay, so Locke will stay on the boat and use the pole then.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so you guys begin progressing, and let's say you travel 40 feet in that round.
Oh, this sucks.
Okay, so we are back over to Zarius.
Okay, so I look around and I don't see Moose, so I literally have to fly back because I don't ever leave a friend behind. So I'm going to use another key point and use Step of the Wind again and then dash back.
Okay. All right, so you get over there. Oh, and let me see. You got shocked before it was your turn to move. So Moose, I need you to roll a death saving throw before Zarius gets to you.
Don't like these.
15.
Yay.
Cool. Yep, you're all right. It always makes me nervous when somebody's got one fail, because if they roll a natural one, it's a double fail.
A double fail.
Okay, so you have one failure, one save, and Zarius, you come swooping back over, and Moose is in the mud. Moose, roll a percentage die for me. Roll 100 to see if you landed face up or face down.
Oh no! Oh no!
68.
Okay, I was gonna say above 50 is your face up.
Head above the water. Good.
Head up. Yep.
Head above the
just
water.
kind of floating there. Okay. So Zarius, you get over to him.
All right, and I'd just like to look around. Where are these balls of light at? They're just still floating there. They're not attacking them or anything.
They're still up at the top of the geyser, just kind of bouncing around with their trinkets.
Okay, and we're at the bottom of the geyser because he fell out of the sky, right? So, and he's in the water. I'd like to pull him out of the water onto like a little bit of the land. I understand like it's raining and the water's filling up, but so
sure,
he's not laying in all this water.
Yeah, you could basically use your turn to drag him over to like some trees that have like those deep like mangrove type roots. You can basically like get him over to something that's more dry land that will consume your action to make much movement. Basically, you have to use your dash at this point to consume your action to move him further if you want to do that.
Okay, so I used my bonus action. That was the Step of the Wind. That's what allowed me to dash over here with my movement, right? I just trying to make sure I have it right in my head. Okay, and then I used my action to grab him. Okay, so yeah, I'd like to... what did you say? Because I'd like to do that to move him further away from this tower.
Sure. And it's more like a large stone cup that stands about 10 feet tall. It's kind of like got like a sloped shape.
Okay. And how far can I move him with pulling him since he's unconscious?
It'll actually be about a quarter of your movement need. Because you're already halved because of everything else, and then dragging another body on it, it's hampering you further. Well, he's got 35, so that brings it down to 20. Or no,
Okay.
round down, so it's about 15 feet.
15, so 5. So about right where he put himself.
Yep.
Okay, so then I'll drag him over here, and since I can't occupy the same space, I'll just
Okay.
move myself.
Yep, and he's not on the roots yet. It's a little bit further, but you do have you can grip him under the shoulders, and you're flapping with your wings behind, and his head is above the water.
Okay, that's what I'd like to do with my turn.
It's so bad.
Then the kind of
Stay with me, buddy.
the orbs of light are still up there, just kind of dancing around. And Moose, please roll another death saving throw.
The suspense.
All right.
7.
7. Okay. You're pulling him back, and at one point, your wings are burning a little bit. At this point, you kind of dip down, and he kind of his face plunges into the water for just a moment, and you try to get to pick him back up and move him a little bit further, and he loses there's a little bit of water that gets into his lungs, and he coughs a little bit. Gets a little bit closer. Okay, Kevis and Co.
Raft gang is
Raft Floor Gang.
the floor raft gang.
Everybody give me a combined strength check, please.
Oh boy.
Oh gosh.
A heave ho.
This is-
I'm sorry, Mouse.
A heave-ho check, yes.
I have
Oh, this is great. You're dealing with 3 of your party members who have negative strength.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Damn.
Yep,
Oh, that's right.
that's about what I was expecting.
Oh,
Okay, so it's tied on failures versus successes, but the successes were stronger than the failures were. So you guys, you progress your next 40 feet.
This sucks. I hate the rain.
I just want to point out, I feel like Locke would hear, under Kevis's breath, he would be saying, "Not again. Please help me." And as he's doing this.
Kevis is saying this.
Yes, Kevis is saying under his breath. I don't know if Locke would hear it. If he's... Oh, wait, no, Locke's on there, so no, I'm the only one pushing. Nobody would. I would be saying it very softly.
Yeah.
Probably can't hear
Okay.
nothing. I'm at the front. Heave ho.
All right.
Tug toe.
Okay, Zarius, it is back over to you.
all right. So I'm gonna move him to the roots, try to get him out, his face and everything out of this water. So we're going to drag him this way.
Yeah, and you are you're able to do so using just your movement speed, and
Okay.
he gets over there.
Alrighty. So I'd like to put him on the root, and then let's see. Did that take all of my movement speed because I'm dragging him?
You've got so you used about 10 feet of the drag speed, which means you've got 10 feet left of normal speed.
Okay. So I'd like to move 10 feet out towards where we left them.
Okay, and you can use your turn to try to perform a medicine check on him to give him.
Can I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'd rather do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like,
Cool. Yep, that'd be a good use of your action. So go ahead and
anything,
give me a
but I'm
medicine check.
Like, you could try.
All right. Come on.
9, no go. Okay. All right, and
It's my turn.
just check in. Do you have inspiration or anything? Because you could re-roll that dice if you did.
I do not.
Okay. Moose, your turn.
19.
19, okay. So Moose makes it through another round.
Stay with me, buddy. Come on.
This is terrifying.
Yep.
Nerve-wracking.
Zarius's medicine is not particularly effective at this moment, but Moose, you hear a small voice kind of like far off in the distance just saying something. It kind of catches your unconscious attention. Okay. All right. Heave ho check from the gang.
No.
Hell yeah.
Oh
There you
god.
go.
He went with his little crossbow through the water.
I am shrunk.
He's got to like accidentally like shoot the crossbow into something that was below the raft that pushes it, because I don't know that in that 20. Yeah, I don't know.
Don't know how he did it, but he did it.
Yeah, it's a magical.
Sure. Yeah, well, yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah, Kevin, you're paddling, you fire the bolt. Just the weird reaction between like the string sitting behind the bolt. You shoot it directly into a root that's rather dense, but the tension of the string gets stopped because of the root directly under it, and then the tension of the string essentially launches you forward, and so it's this weird like transfer of kinetic energy, and yeah, you move forward, and that'll count as 2 successes plus lock success, so you guys will move 60 feet that time.
Unbelievable.
All right, and you guys are about 140 feet closer at this moment.
Righty.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
Zarius, back to you as you are trying to recover your buddy.
Yes, so I will roll another medicine check. I'm trying to pump some water out of him. Alrighty, come on.
Okay.
There we go.
You are sitting there trying to recall the medical training sessions that you really were not paying attention to at your monastery.
Wow.
And there was one thing that seemed interesting. Okay, pushing the air out of somebody's lungs so that the water would go with it. Okay, that was kind of cool. And you start doing that, and there's a gush of water that just erupts from Moose's mouth. And his labored breathing relaxes, and a little bit. And is that the third save, or is that the second?
That's a third.
It's the third save.
Okay, and Moose stabilizes.
Oh my.
Hey!
He
Why don't we
is-
can all relax and
I
just
was
let this raft
so ready
slowly
to blow
go
every
over?
single spell slot I had just to get there.
Yeah.
We don't know he's stabilized though. We're still probably
we're
heave
still
hoeing all
freaking.
the way.
Well,
Yeah, you
Kevin-
guys are like,
Heave
what's happening?
hoeing
What's happening?
because freaking
Yeah,
Kevin's
so
over here.
Moose stabilizes, and you guys are just sitting there on the roots as the water is rising up a bit by bit. You have to occasionally pull him a little bit further up the root system. But you look at him, and he's still breathing slowly, and there are little tendrils of blackened, burned tissue from where the lightning had struck him several times. And that is where we will take our break.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I need a break after that.
Yeah.
'Cause I can't smoke a cigarette in my house, so. Yeah, I see you, Eli. I see you with that cigarette.
Oh my gosh.
Whew. I
Oh, that was
was
stressful.
Yep, I was ready to call curtains and describe a death scene.
Oh my
Whole new
god.
character.
Man.
Oh,
We
no,
did
no.
it, buddy. We did it.
I'm still not conscious, but yeah.
I know. I'm just talking to your unconscious body.
You're like, we're okay, right? We're okay.
All right, so just to speed things up for a little bit, Raft Gang, you eventually show up in. You're able to follow the tower of water. The water is about with how much time it was going to take you. The water is about 1.5 feet deep at this point. And you come up and you don't see anything on top. All the glowing orbs that had impacted our two heroes, they have vanished in some form. And you eventually come upon you see Zarius holding Moose in a tree at the bottom of a tree.
We all must look like drowned rats at this point.
Everybody
what the hell?
absolutely
What-
looks like drowned rats.
What the hell happened?
Drops the ropes. Done trying this whole I'm tugging the boat shenanigans. Obviously,
Well,
I'm
me
not
and-
cut out.
Me and Moose went and looked at that thing, and we got electrocuted.
What did
a
you
lot.
do?
Hmm.
Well, there was some
So-
things floating, so we looked at him, and then he dropped out of the sky. So
You
and,
just looked
he's
at
on-
them.
He almost died.
Wait.
Well, we took one.
Okay.
Okay.
So instead of seeing what it was and coming back and telling us what was happening, you grabbed it. After
I
learning that,
wanted
we
to see what it was.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Is he okay?
Well, he's unconscious,
So
He's
no,
alive,
he's not
though.
okay. Eli, can you help?
but he's alive.
Yeah, sure. I mean, how close am I to him?
At this point, you guys have rode the raft. You're right up to the tree. You're fine.
Fuck it. I'll cast Cure Wounds on him. If he's dying, then we're gonna cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay, yeah, you can hop off and go over and touch him and cast the spell.
And you heal for 14.
Oh,
Wow.
Ooh.
whoa.
Max healing. Nice
I'm-
done.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty good.
So
What healed you? How is that
She's
even possible? What? I thought you were almost immortal. What's going on here?
He fell out of the sky.
you
By
have
lightning?
wings.
I see no evidence to suggest that I'm not immortal. I'm still here.
Yes. Fair enough. Fair enough.
So, since you're immortal, we'll get back to that. So, what have we said about not splitting the party?
But Kev,
He
you're the
wanted
one
us to
who's
go look at
pointing
it.
No,
them
no.
out.
I said there is a column you took off. No.
Well, it's like
Well, he took off,
telling
and then I
someone
followed
there's,
him
like,
because I didn't
some
want him to
shiny
be alone.
treasure.
I'm kind of
Kev,
glad
what
you
do
did follow him.
From
Again,
us.
we've learned two things. Don't split the party and stop taking random shit. It never ends well.
What
Yeah,
was
well,
it, by the way?
obviously-
What the hell did you try to take?
No, this ought to be good.
It was a jar with a wasp nest in it.
Kevis just walks
Really?
away. Kevis just walks away after he hears that.
You
wanted a fucking wasp nest?
you guys almost died
Yeah.
for a wasp nest.
Kevis turns around. You almost died for a tooth, and keeps walking.
Did you get it?
Hey,
Well, I dropped it after they electrocuted me,
okay.
Oh.
and I
Yeah,
tried
there's-
to come back. So
There's
I
there's
didn't
several
know.
there's several feathers on Zarius that are blackened at the ends instead of the normal canary yellow. And
This
Moose, his shirt is still charred with tendrils of electrical energy, and most of the burns on his neck have receded.
You said they. I thought you meant it was just lightning that hit you. What do you mean they?
it was like 5 little balls of lightning, and then I took it, and one of them electrocuted. It shocked me like really, really bad, and then so I attacked it back, and then Moose fell out of the sky.
So,
That's
I got
ridiculous.
shocked.
So you had a magical energy shooting lightning at you, and you tried to hit it with a spear?
Oh, I did hit it with the spear.
And how well did that work out for you?
It worked out fine.
Yeah, okay. Did it feel like you actually, like, hurt it when you hit it with the spear? Did it, like, wince in pain or anything?
It
Do you
didn't
feel-
feel like I hurt it as much as it should have, but
No shit.
I still feel like I hurt it.
The real question, Zarius, is do you still have your spear?
Yeah, as soon as I stabbed him with it, I took it back.
Okay.
Alright, let's move past this.
I didn't release it in him. I stabbed it,
So-
and
You did just like, oh, you're like, cool.
So there's a giant flowing beam of water here. That's what's causing it to rain, I'm assuming. With some fucking jar of wasps next to it. There's nothing interesting here.
This is where like rain.
our wasp was really interesting.
Was there any
This is-
other things up there? Was it?
Yeah, there was,
did
like,
you
all
only
kinds of
go
stuff.
for
There
a
were,
jar of wasps?
No, there were.
Well,
like,
there was
vials.
other things. That was just the thing I took when they attacked me.
I was gonna grab a vial, but I didn't get a chance.
A vial?
Candace at
Yeah,
this
there's,
point still in earshot. We are not taking anything.
There's just stuff floating over there, though.
And now we
No.
have
What
the whole
happened?
party.
No.
You're no
There was
fun.
a couple of other things there.
There were.
Yeah. I don't know. Is it worth it? Is it worth fucking dying over?
No.
Okay then.
I don't really want to go back. Like I'm real hurt, and yeah, so I don't want to go
And
back.
Locke kind of pipes up at this point and he says, "Do you mean that these weird little objects were being protected?"
Well, yeah. Now that you say that, maybe they were.
They could be important. Valuable. Those are the two things Pinky got from that
Travis walks
sentence right there.
directly to Pinky. A jar with a wasp.
Well, there was
A
a
magic
wasp.
jar with a wasp.
It sounds like a witch thing, to be honest.
Fine.
Locke
think
gets
Locke
kind
has
of
a
this like
point here.
Locke gets this like 1,000-yard stare on his face, and you can see he's just like retreated into his mind, and like something is processing for him, and like he's not reacting to anything you guys are talking about at the moment.
So there was. So I mean, let's just. I don't want to even weigh the options here. I don't think it's worth going up and getting this witchcraft stuff. We
Well,
we
there's
should
one just on
probably.
the ground over there.
No, there's not. I can look and see that there's not one on the ground.
All
over
right.
there.
Well, if
Well,
you're,
well, under the water.
No, he
it did
picked it
fall
back up.
into the water.
Oh,
That's why
Did
we're
it?
not being attacked right now. Yeah.
I mean, are they still there? The thingies?
Nope. We have no idea what it was. Just know they electrocuted and damn near killed 2 of our party
Pinky,
members.
we're not touching it. Let's go back towards the other direction. Okay, cool.
We're supposed to be
Raft.
looking for. We're supposed to
Pinky,
be looking
roll
for
a perception
hill.
check.
Pinky?
Ooh. I hope you roll so low.
Dang it. I mean,
A 14. You look up there and like you can kind of like hover up a little ways, and you can see like some odd little objects kind of like bobbling on top of the
there
well.
are cute, cool little objects up there.
How high are you hovering?
I told you.
High enough that you can't touch me.
She's maybe like 20 feet in the air.
We're supposed to be looking for a moving hill. Don't know if you guys remember that or not.
I forgot all about that.
Oh, not surprised. All right, let's get on the
I
raft.
forgot all about our
Oh,
NPC. So Talavar is like, yes, quite. I would like to get out of this cage rather promptly
to
if possible.
Talavar.
Before
Yes,
we start,
Pink one.
go ahead.
What would
Did
a
you?
what would a bug nest be doing in a jar?
Oh well,
Throw it at
perhaps.
somebody and break it.
As you ask that, anybody who wants to can roll an Arcana check on this one. It says, well, perhaps there's a... And Pinky and Kevis, you guys could roll at advantage on this. Because you guys are the most likely to know what these are.
I did so well.
Oh, damn
Great.
it.
I know how to hit things.
Okay. With the 13 and the 12, yeah, you guys know what these are. It's probably just a trinket. And trinkets have a variety of magical properties inside of the Feywild. And there can be all sorts of random stuff. It could be like just a little stick with a face carved on it. It could be a particular type of mushroom. It could be a deck of cards. It could be just anything that somebody had like sentimental attachments to, or something kind of quirky or strange. The Fae is littered with just funny little objects, and sometimes sometimes those things are the focus of sentimental attachment.
Ooh. So they're like little lost items.
That belong to somebody.
Obviously, we need to return them to them.
Isn't that like what you do?
Yeah, it's my job.
And then see how well she did her job?
I am still carrying a lost key and some other lost things on me. I didn't go back to the lost and found to put them.
They have the raft with them, right? I'd like to fly from this tree and lay down on the raft.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
I
be
cast
flying around for a minute.
I'm casting Healing Word on you as well, by the way, Z.
Oh, okay.
You get 8
Awesome.
points of healing.
Oh, okay.
Okay. True question.
Thank you so much.
I got that trinkets from outside the Fate aren't magical, right?
They typically are not.
Okay.
But the Fae is weird. It's not necessarily that every trinket is magical, but
Alright, cool.
somebody could have magic associated with them, not because it's a trinket, but because of the focus that somebody might have on it. It's kind of just like a trinket is more like a point of odd behavior, or like it's like a icon of something odd.
Don't that weird skull that I got to do weird things.
Remind me. Oh, you got like a
That.
tiny
right.
pixie skull or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a trinket.
I'm just gonna pretend that it's a cool little keychain and no.
Okay.
After he cast Healing Word, I jump back up and then I'm back in there.
Feeling pretty drowned right now. Pinky is just gonna sit on this raft.
Yeah. Okay. And it's about that time that Locke kind of like comes out of his intense like mental focus, and he looks at you, Zarius, and he says, "So these things didn't appear until you touched the object?"
Yeah, I didn't see him until I touched it.
Okay. And what did they look like?
It was like a little glowing spear of electricity. Well, I'm assuming it was electricity just because I know I got electrocuted.
I think it's where lightning comes from, because this is like where rain and lightning come from.
Yeah, but we're pretty sure that this is where rain comes from.
I mean,
Like all the rain.
all the rain, like in this entire place.
No, everywhere.
Everywhere. Unless there's more of these.
Do you guys?
And Locke just kind of like shakes his head for a moment.
I just want to
Just
hush
being-
Pinky. Just let him go. Just...
Okay, yeah.
He has a point. This is where rain comes from.
Oh no, not Eli too. Oh, Eli, no.
Just want to glare at Eli.
Okay.
I love it.
Moving
Oh
on.
gosh, guys. Oh, you poor things.
Okay.
Can we
And,
like, start going to the moving hill? Is that something we can start doing
Well-
now?
And Locke's like, well, hold up a minute.
Okay.
I think I know what these things are.
Okay.
I think they're called. Let me see. Willpower, will of the wisps.
Yeah.
It's like-
Willabowis.
They're called Will of the Wisps. I've researched them before. They were in one of the
Will-
books in Candlekeep.
Of the
They-
wisp.
They have a tendency. They're essentially the representation of an entity that doesn't want to move on yet, and it still has physical attachment to this world, and they don't want to move on into the afterlife. So they've died and they want to stay here.
You're telling us these weird glowy orby thingies are souls?
In a manner of speaking, yes.
So those objects
They make
could
it
be the
real.
reason they're still here.
Absolutely, that's a likely
Staring at Pinky after he says that.
possibility.
Pinky looks really excited.
Don't touch their shit.
We get to take this. Let's go.
No, it's more like they're defending. It's probably more like they're defending what they already have and what they're attached to.
What happens if we take it away?
But ask fucking
Then-
Zarius.
What would you do if someone
Darius!
took your stuff?
I
They
stab him.
electrocuted me and I almost died. It was really scary.
And again, Kevis is pointing at Moose. He was and just walks away.
I'm fine.
And they
talking
electrocuted
about this?
Moose out of the sky.
So, Locke, what are you trying to tell us?
Please
That
be
we don't touch them or that we kill them?
Out of all the things that you should be afraid of in the world, it should not be eyes that you can't decipher what they are. It should probably be the magical orbs that are shocking people.
I'm not the smartest man, but I'm gonna go with the little guy on this one.
I still could have gone either way, but if we're gonna just keep going, that's fine.
And
You want to
There's-
reenact that?
As he-
Is that what you're telling me?
as he kind of processes Pinky's question of like, okay, what are you saying? Like, what happens if we would take them? Locke says, then they would have no place to belong. Nice timing with his dog. And as he says that, there is a look of like complete surprise and shock and like awe dawning. That something clicks inside of Locke's head.
I'm glad you're feeling really enlightened right now.
And you see him like trying to like he's like remembering stuff and like trying to put the pieces together. His eyes start flitting back and forth really quickly. His mouth is moving as he's kind of like muttering things to himself. He's kind of like tracking some things with his fingers, and he says, "That's what I lost. I know what I lost now."
What? A trinket?
No,
The place.
Your soul?
I lost my sense of belonging. That's why I've never been able to stay in one place. It's why I moved from library to library to library, from the streets into the various libraries, and then I only feel comfortable when I keep moving. I lost my sense of belonging.
Okay.
And
Well,
these,
you've got us now.
Almost -1.
Okay,
Um,
okay, negative Nancy.
Realistic.
and he, almost as if in a trance, Locke steps off the raft, goes into the water,
Oh.
and walks towards the fountain slowly.
Yeah.
Lock.
Guys,
Lock.
guys,
And no,
guys.
it's fine. Just give me a second. And he looks up and he says, "Hello! We know you're up there. Can you hear us?"
I'm gonna prepare a toll the bed.
Okay. And nothing happens for a moment. You guys are staring. Rain continues to come down, dripping down your face. The trinkets bobble. And then one by one, the four of them show up and continue their little skittering dance, following wherever their trinkets are bouncing from. And you hear kind of a distant, airy voice answer him. "We hear you."
I like
Am I correct in assuming that these items were yours when you were alive? Yes. Yes, that is true. So we stay with them here. And why do you stay? Because we were drowned in this land, drowned in our own homes. You guys can also participate in the conversation if you are interested. Some of the orbs seem to kind of rotate and attach their attention to various members of the group.
I think Kevis would step up next to Locke.
What are you doing?
As soon as they say drown. What do you mean? Well, obviously water here, but were you not aware of the flood?
It was not always like this.
What do you
guys
mean?
brought
You
the
hear
rain.
kind of and you hear kind of a different voice. These wells that we hover over, they are a new addition. Zabilna did not have these when she was in control. No. They were added when the territory was divided.
What?
I said, does somebody also have
Oh, that's me.
to know who you
Well,
are?
well,
What-
well.
The person above you.
Oh, gotcha.
Why are you this way?
Sorry. Yeah, he just has a blanket. My bad.
So why are you guys still here then?
We are waiting for the Prismere to return to its previous state. We cannot move on until the object of our destruction is rectified.
Do you Do you know what, like, that object is?
Yours. It is the base of this water. It is the cone. This particular geyser is the one that drowned us.
Why are you guys protecting the wasp nest?
That one belonged to me. I used to love bugs. It was my prized possession.
That's
The first nest I ever found.
So if this water spout was destroyed, you'd be able to rest in peace.
It is but a symptom of what plagues this land.
What?
We do.
This is one of many that exists here. And it is not. It is like a foreign object. We wish to see the disease cured, not just this one instance of it.
But you won't leave until the whole disease is cured. But is there something blocking this? Is there something in the ground here?
We died when this arrived, and we watched the world change around us. We do not know what the cause was. We just hope that it'll be resolved someday and we can move on. And Locke kind of pipes up and says, "These objects, they're all important to you, yes?" And without speaking, all four of the orbs kind of like bob up and down in affirmation. Have others tried to come and take them before? They say, the airy voiced one, yes. Many times. Not all of our compatriots are still with us. Some have gone missing. They are taken by the brigands.
Yeah, that makes sense. God,
Do you want to come with us?
no, please, God, no, please,
Yeah,
God, no, please.
I mean,
please,
the
God,
more
no,
the
please,
merrier,
please,
right?
Please, no, please, God, no, no, no.
Oh, Eli, don't be
no.
such a party pooper.
Fuck that. Bad idea. No.
They tried to kill us.
Well, they didn't mean to.
Okay, forgive and forget.
Exactly.
Or
They didn't
forgive
mean
and
to
move
try
on.
to kill you. They just did it because if they actually touch you, guess what? Zip zip. Oh wow, I'm gonna die now. Great. Yeah, bad idea.
Okay, but I mean,
Maybe they like to see the world.
maybe
from
they're
their new
lonely and they
perspective.
just need some company.
Yeah, no, I think we should just kill the hag like we need to be doing here. So
Maybe
our
you
next,
guys- maybe they want to help.
yeah, sure. Do you want to leave your possessions behind and help us kill a hag to get rid of the drought in this world?
No, we could take the possessions with us.
I don't want to take a wasp nest with me.
Okay, well, there's other things that you could take. There was that vial that Moose was talking about.
Nope. Nope.
Nope, I'm not taking things.
We're done. With this number one rule.
I mean,
Don't
if
take
it-
shit.
If we had consent.
Nope.
Locke technically be they can't. If they can't.
Locke comes over and like puts his hand on your shoulder, Pinky. He's like, I don't think it's an option. I think there's something keeping them here. And it's not just the objects, it's this well too. It's kind of the combination of the things.
So Pinky, if you want to help them, we need to get rid of this well, which means we should probably go deal with the hag.
Yeah.
Locke, I agree, and you should take care of the hag.
Wait.
One last question,
Wait.
cute little
as soon as he says
orbs.
that, what do you mean you?
He kind of looks down at his feet, and these things, they have a specific place that they're bound to, where they're connected. That feels important to me. And they're being hunted. The brigands are stealing these possessions which are important to them. I agree that we have to take out the hag and return things to the way that they were, but what about these things in the meantime?
Well,
they don't.
We can't really do anything.
So you want to stay here and protect them?
Thanks.
Yes.
It looked like they were doing a pretty good job of protecting themselves.
But they've been unsuccessful, and they said they've lost some. So not fully successful.
If you don't think you can take on the brigands by yourself, by all means, go for it. I'd like to see it.
I wouldn't be by myself. I'd have them as company, and this is not the only one, it sounds like, either.
Kevin's gonna turn to the group. The whole point of us doing this and traveling together is we've all lost something. I mean, Locke here is probably the closest to finding his lost item. Personally, I don't agree with him staying here, but if it's for him finding his item, I don't want to be in to stop him, nor would I want anyone to stop me from finding my item.
All right. Okay.
I don't know if this will get me to what I lost, but they have what I don't, and that I want to help protect that.
Okay. Well.
If you do that, can you make it rain more on my orchards?
What, Bane?
He just smiles and he says, "I'll see what I can do, buddy."
Thanks.
Moose, what are you talking about?
His orchards at his manor, or
just gonna pat Pinky on the
head.
Stop that! Stop!
Some type
Stop!
of lord,
No!
right?
No!
Well, it's like you're some type of lord, right? You probably have like your own trees and whatnot, right? That's where you want them to raid at.
Yeah, we've got family orchards.
Yeah, he's just asking them if they could, make it rain there a little bit more. This is where rain comes from.
All right.
Agreed.
Lord of the Rain.
I don't know if that's guys. All right. Well, I guess we're gonna. I just have one more question. Have you any of you, the four of you floating thingies, seen like a floating landmass, a moving landmass, a large landmass?
Oh, yes. That's Telemi, right? Yes, that's Telemi. It was here before the change.
That's the place.
Please tell me, tell her, tell him.
Yeah, please.
Good one, Ben.
Yeah. I think yeah.
You seen
That's,
it lately?
yeah. Do you know? Could you like all line up in a line and like one of you bob up and down and that's the way we go?
And they all we don't know where it is. Sometimes it comes to us,
Oh.
but then it moves away.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, we did have.
I
a
remember
direction
seeing
at
it,
that point.
guys.
Yeah.
We're still moving in the right direction.
Okay.
You guys took a small detour to go here, but yeah.
We went north, right? Which way did we go when we went up?
To this, we were kind of heading northeast, and you went almost directly north to get up to this geyser. So yeah, probably more northeast traversing.
We're a little off track where I thought, guys, but I'm sure we can get back on track.
How long is the water gonna stay risen? Do we have an estimation or?
Oh, it only does this for. It does this several times a day.
Okay.
It'll rise and fall and rise and fall.
Up and down and up and down.
Now it's rising because it was falling before, so we should probably try to cover some ground before you guys get
Yeah.
stuck in the mud again.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
what I'm thinking.
We'll
Bane,
find out what
Darius,
those eyeballs were.
are you good to push the
Yeah, are
raft?
those eyeballs still around?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, little
They move
light
pretty
thingies. Do you also see those eyeballs everywhere?
Do they see?
Can you see? I love the squeaker toy.
I was gonna say no.
They do. They answer in squeaker speak.
Ah.
I'm glad that everybody gets the squeaker. That's
Mhm.
Einstein, by the way, jumping on his toys.
Which, Bane, you speak fluent squeaker because you are essentially the D&D equivalent of Kronk
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
from
Yes.
Emperor's New Groove.
Beautiful.
And they say, so you ask them, and they say, we see, but not the eyes.
Oh.
What eyes?
I agree with you.
How does Kevis look about that answer?
What eyes?
He looked terrified, horrified.
I was just like looking all over. So we
He
should
looks
probably get
great.
going.
Super comfortable.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Moose, tell your
Doc,
electric buddies bye.
it's been good traveling with you. Thank you for watching the rains for us.
Anytime. I'll do what I can to make sure they stay plentiful.
If the group is going back to
And
the raft, I want to be the last
I wish
one
you
to
all
go back.
I wish you all the very best of luck. And perhaps I'll see you again. But for now, this is where I need to be.
If you say so.
I wave a wing at him.
I want to walk up to him when everyone else has passed real quick. I'll put my arm out, just kind of like to shake. I hope you
Watching
find
this.
what you're looking for, and I hope you're safe. And I know we weren't traveling very long together, but you do have a place in this group, and I'll reach out my arm and shake his hand.
And he grabs it and he says, Thank you.
Yeah.
That means a lot. And then I'm just not sure if I'm at a place where I can accept the idea of that.
Takes time, trust me. I know what it's
Kevis
like
is
to
a
be
big
alone.
softie.
Well, and I hope you guys find what you're looking for too. And hell, if you find what I'm looking for, come back and let me know.
Kevis chuckles. Will do. And he'll nod and walk back to the group.
Okay. All right, so you guys go back and get on your raft. Okay.
Flying about
At this
20
point-
feet above the raft, and I'd like to shake off some of the water, like like a dog kind of.
Sure, you
Not
could
Top
shake
of us.
shake like a dog, or you could like spin cycle yourself.
We have a rain gun. Okay, yeah, let's do the spin cycle.
Yeah, yeah. So you just kind of swirl around, and the centrifugal force just kind of like squeegees the water from your wings for a bit, and yeah, you can buy yourself a little bit of time without them being so heavy. By doing that periodically.
Pinky's just gonna
All right,
sit
great.
on this raft. Pinky's done trying to fly in this weather.
Pinky is like
Like
everything about Pinky just kind of feels like a soggy piece of paper at this point.
yeah, I'm just like a really droopy insect, like a very droopy flower. I'm
Mm-hmm.
feeling a little waterlogged, a little drown.
Yeah.
All right,
There's
guys,
something on my finger. I got like a blister.
off to the moving mound of Earth.
Yep.
So
Tie the rope on and wave to lock.
my big guy.
And then I'd fly like 5 feet forward, and the rope would drop from me because I once again didn't tie a good knot. And then I'll fly down and I'll get the rope and I'll tie it back on. And then I'll walk over to Kevis and I'll hold it out, like kind of so he can check it.
Like a little kid coming by and be like, I put on my pants, but I can't do the button.
Hmm.
Kevis pulls on the rope. Is it tight?
No. It's horrible.
Oh,
So
can I
I'm gonna
see this
tie
this rope?
Yeah. Yeah, you can fix it up.
Oh my
And
gosh.
Moose, this is a moment ago you would have been like, yeah, I know knots. And then you see Kevis work a knot and you're like, whoa.
What is that? Next level pro.
Thanks
Good
for
Magic.
stuff,
saying
man. All right, and off we go. And I wave again at Locke. And
Bye again, big guy.
I'd like to look
Okay.
around and get my bearings of where we are, where we are in relation to where I seen the mound the last time.
Sure. Excuse me. Go ahead and roll a survival check. 9. Okay, that checks out with the weather right now. With the rain coming down and you being a little bit woozy from your electrocution, you start heading in the direction that you think is the way to go. But maybe it's because you're approaching this from like a new direction because you went from the tower straight over, but this time you went straight over and up, and you're moving over again. So the landmarks that you were using last time are not present. So you're basically just heading in the direction that you think is the right idea.
Well, you haven't steered us wrong yet, so
Away, guys.
Okay, so you guys are progressing, and anything you guys want to do or say or talk about, like as you're on the raft, like just kind of trying to find something that seems like it might be what you want.
I think maybe he stayed because he almost died so many times.
I mean,
I think this is the first time we've seen Pixie on the ground.
Do you see the weather right now?
Just
I'm still
30 feet
flying.
out.
Maybe you're just not a strong flyer.
Kevis looks over.
What?
Hey, I might have a thing to block the rain for you.
What is it?
He reaches into his bag, pulls out one of the gnome hats, and just plops it on top of her.
Does this
solved.
kind of umbrella my wings?
A little, yeah, a little bit. You have to like kind of like tuck them up and like force them like upwards.
Kevis
Nah,
definitely wasn't doing this
nah,
to be
this isn't-
nice. Just FYI.
Right there. You can have your hat back. Gives it back to him.
And Morgan, how long have we been traveling since like we woke up? Like how much time has passed?
Since you woke up after your long rest in the tower?
Yeah, because that was the last time we went to sleep.
Okay, yeah. Kind of as you get away from Lock in the Well for a little while, it's maybe about 4 hours total by now. Yep. And you guys are just like heading down. Like I said, any conversation or tasks that you guys want to do?
I think Kevis would sit at the end of the raft and just hold his locket pretty silently.
I might play some music just for the funs of it. Bored.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna play some bird pipes.
Pick out.
Okay.
Pull out my
Roll a combined performance check for me.
I'd like to. Can my mage hand fuck with her notes? Can it like one of the holes?
Apparently, yes.
Definitely, yes.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. Yeah, 100%.
Okay. But with Pinky's passive perception, I think she figures it out pretty quickly.
I'm like, stop
Oh.
it!
Don't care if she does. Nope, not stopping.
Ah! Puts away her flute, frustrated.
Kevis would hear it and just kind of cringe at it.
Stop it! My music is normally good. I blame the weather and Eli for this.
You can blame whatever you want. You suck.
Whatever.
All right. And as you guys are going down and kind of making it through the bog, once again, you guys see the familiar pockets of gas kind of building up out of the swamp, the kind of thick water swelling with a green and yellowish swirl inside, and then and the gas appears again and again and again. Who is navigating the boat primarily? I think that probably Xerius and Bane.
Yeah, I think I'm pulling the raft, but I'm following Xerius's directions.
Cool. So Xerius, will you give me a what kind of check would this one be? Let's do survival again. To navigate around the gases. Okay, cool. Yeah, with the 20, you're getting kind of used to this at this point. You're able to swerve in and out, dodge between the different points of where you imagine the gas is going to pop up, and you guys don't breathe it in. You don't suffer any ill effects there. And you go on for a little ways, and you see birds and frogs and fish, an occasional rabbit person on a tree or on another raft, going in the opposite direction of you. And the whole time, the smell of rain, but it's not the normal pleasant smell of like refreshing rain. This rain has the same smell as like the murky swamp water itself. And you continue on, and eventually the rain subsides. And the surface of the water is no longer rippling and piddled with the droplets of rain. Less fish seem to be appearing as they happen to be, the fish are pretty active when it's raining, going after what they think are bugs. And everything does become much more still, and the fog rolls in. All right, and what are you guys doing?
Get the water off me.
Gonna try
Somebody
to.
said something, but it didn't come through properly.
I'd like to spin again and get the water off me again.
Okay. After the rain kind of eventually stops, yeah, spin cycle happens.
Pinky is gonna try to dry off her wings. She's not spinning. She's just gonna flap them really hard, really
Yeah.
fast.
You flap them, and it's a little bit like watching a duck come out of a pond. Just like, exactly.
With the
And-
little duck tail wag thing.
Yeah. And you less effective than Zarius, but you got some off.
Can I make a perception check for the eyes?
Yes, you can. Go ahead and roll those.
The eyes are only there because you're being super paranoid.
And
Every time you check for them, they get closer because you're checking
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah, it's like when you're watching water boil. It intentionally is gonna be slower or be there and not be doing what you want it to be doing.
About 100 feet away.
I don't say anything.
And the strange thing is they appear to be getting closer, but it's more just like they're not really getting any larger. You can just see them further forward than like the furthest background type of thing you can see.
Okay.
I'd like to cover one of my eyes and see if one of the eyes disappears.
Doing like the 3D glasses kind of thing. You cover one of your eyes. Nah, not really. They're still there.
So if I believe hard enough that these eyes aren't there, and then I look around.
So what are you trying to do?
I'm just gonna ignore these eyes. You know what? Y'all are being really paranoid. I think.
Kevis hasn't said anything about the eyes now. He's sitting silently.
But I'm watching all of you guys do some weird stuff, covering one eye than the other eye.
Here, just get the water out of my eye.
Oh, of course you
He's
are.
also flying.
I see everything.
Mm.
All-seeing Pinky.
I'll see Pinky.
Yep.
It's fine.
Pinky is
We'll-
actually Sauron.
No. Shh. Don't
Which
give
is on
away
my mind because we just marathoned the Hobbit movies. Which the second Hobbit movie, man, that one sucks. Just a lot of slow, mostly nothing happening.
Like, cool. When are we gonna get to the cool part?
Yep, the cool part is movie 3 for sure. All right. Anything in particular that you guys are looking for? The it's misty and there's still bugs and critters and stuff sounding, but
I'd like to eat
the
some of
rain
bugs.
stopped. Yeah, pretty easy to do. There's some things like flying around like up where you are and small detour. Get some little snacks going. Basically, whenever you want at this
As we
point.
go. Right, as we go.
New name is Bug Boy.
Morgan,
Well, I don't know about you guys, but we haven't ate all day and I'm hungry.
if the eyes get like
Yeah.
70 feet, then Kevis will say something.
Okay.
Pinky's gonna
Not yet.
go into the air and see if she's just gonna fly now, and hopefully her flying will help dry her wings slowly.
Yeah, it does over time, certainly.
Okay, cool.
And it's probably about 6-7 hours later, or 6-7 hours total since your last sleep. Zarius, give me another survival check, please. $24. Whew, all right. Yeah, as it clears up, you're not near them, but you see like one particular tall, twisted tree with like a branch that comes like straight out and then drops down at almost like a right angle. That was one of your landmarks from before. You notice that one. You notice you notice a hill that kind of like comes up, not like a stationary hill, not the kind of pointed, tipped one, but one that raises out of the swamp, kind of like as a three-tiered lump.
Yeah.
And yeah, almost like a three-tiered camel. And that was one of your landmarks before. So you're trying to figure out, like, okay, that's the way you went before, but you're up a little ways, but you can still see them instead of flying like right over them. This is good. You guys seem to be on the right track.
I remember this, guys. We're going the right way.
Okay.
Yep. And the light of the day starts to fade out as you guys are traveling, as you guys start to see these landmarks and whatnot. Night begins to replace day. Some sounds fade out, some sounds intensify, and some new ones appear as well. And the swamp begins to settle down in preparation for the evening. Do you guys want to press on, or do you want to like calm down for the night?
It's getting dark in this place. This is what I tell the group. It's like, it's getting dark and things here like to change, so I'd rather stop and move during the daylight. That way I can figure out where we are.
We still have water, yes?
For now, yeah.
Yeah, so why should we stop when we have water now, and if we rest, might not be water when we get back up? This seems to be the easiest way to traverse this place that we know of.
Oops.
Bryce obviously thinks you're much smarter than him, so he will go with what you say.
Maybe because we can't see a damn squat when it's dark. I can't see damn squat when it's dark.
I can see okay.
I can say okay.
That's true. Hey, Zarius, can you come down to the raft for a second?
Yeah, we'll lie down and
Cool.
land on the raft.
Yeah, sure. So then I will cast light on his spear.
Nice.
Which I guess I don't know how that works.
20 feet?
Yeah.
20 foot.
Is that 20 feet dim? Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Bright light in 20 feet and dim for an additional 20 feet.
Yep. Okay, so let's see if I can do this. Vision. And what color is the light?
It's purple.
That might mess us up a little bit, but that's.
It's purple. It's a bright purple.
It's close to
it could be a
pink.
bright
He's
purple.
happy.
Yeah, it's bright purple.
It's a close relative of the pink family.
All right. So you guys get a bright light put on you. You're going through the raft. The rope is not far enough that you guys are pretty well encompassed in like kind of this purple sphere of light as you're moving through. And as you go down, you start to see Zarius, you're leading the way, and Kevis, you're paranoid. So both give me a perception check.
Pink is snoozing.
So fucking close.
All right. And so you guys are going through, and you start to see a few bobbing lights like through the dark branches of the trees that you can't really see past, but you do see little reddish yellow lights kind of just shifting and meandering, and like you go by a tree and like it goes dark for a second and appears on the other side.
Like, do they
Maybe 100 foot, 200 feet off.
I'm gonna say, would they look like torches to Kevis, like hunters with torches?
A little bit.
Pinky's eyes are closed. She's taking a little nap.
Look up at Zarius and just whistle up at him to get his attention, and then just kind of like motion over to that area, and then say, "Do you see those?"
Yeah, I see them.
Okay.
But I'm not going to take off this time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's
But what
just
would you
keep
like me
an
to
eye
do
on
about it?
those.
Okay.
Got a feeling it's our friends from earlier.
Stupid brigands.
You mean the weasels?
The rabbits that Pinky stole from.
Yeah, stupid rabbits. I gave them what for.
We still have their gourd, right?
No,
Nope.
Pinky left it in a tree.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, and you guys, are you guys doing anything, or are you just kind of keeping your eyes out?
Kevis's head's on a
I'm
swivel.
going to watch on them. We're just
Okay.
keeping a
I'm
watch on them as we continue.
I'm glad you guys are worried about this because Pinky's like, psh,
Yeah,
She's
Taking
zonked
it.
out.
Pinky's zonked out on the ground, sleeping.
Yeah, I'm like putting leaves on her. As we go by trees, I'll get leaves and like just sprinkle on her. She's...
Also, Morgan, side note, would this count for those that need a short rest?
Yeah, certainly.
Okay.
You guys can take a short rest as this is going. You guys are still moving and whatnot, but the amount of effort is pretty mild. So even the
amount of
flyers can
effort
get a short rest.
putting in is none.
I only remember that
Yep.
because I happened to look up at the short rest button.
Yeah. So you guys are able to get your short rest in, recover a little bit of health, and as you kind of drift by, those same kind of bobbing lights, as you continue on, more and more of them like show up in the night, and they're kind of all around. They don't seem to be noticing you in any way.
They don't notice the shining beacon in the sky.
Oh, they don't like. It's not like a collective of them. It's not like they're all like. They don't seem to be like moving towards you, like they're all like aiming for you or anything like that.
So they're just walking, doing their own thing, but with their own light source.
Yeah, seems to be. And at one point, you kind of drift past, and come around a tree, and the two of you, your heads are kind of just swiveling around, and you do see one of them just right around the tree, around the other side, and it's this creature with a large kind of furred cloak that blends well into the surroundings. It's got a series of like beads drifting over its face. Its hands and legs are gripped onto appears to be wooden stilts as they kind of like move through the tall, watery portion of the swamp. And there's an odd bird cage filled with eggs on their back.
Does it look like a beast?
And it's strange. I don't know. And as it comes around the corner, it's got it's kind of like stuck one of its stilts in the mud, removed its hand and grabbed an egg from a tree that it was nearby, and reaches back and like flips a flap and like puts the egg gently in there, and then like closes the flap again and looks over at you. I put a picture in the chat as well.
Kevis just kind of looks up at it and just nods.
And it nods back. And then kind of turns and just continues on its way. Just the kind of squelching, sticky noise of its stilts. Just. And you guys continue. Are you doing anything?
Just looking.
Okay. The remainder of the night is pretty calm. The light source is doing its job. And you guys continue heading in the direction that you were. Hard to see large landmarks at this point, like the ones that Zarius was keeping track of. Because he does have a light source, but it's not good enough to see several hundred yards off. But you keep moving. And that's where we'll end up for today, guys.